Okay, so once you have verified and validated your design, you move into a space described in the regulations called design transfer, where the primary goal is making sure that that design is being translated into a product correctly. So you're focusing on understanding the manufacturing processes that will be used to produce your specifications and making sure that they are producing them effectively. You're definitely bringing in similar kinds of Six Sigma approaches here to make sure that you're getting the most out of that as you can. Usually at about this point in a project for medical devices, this is the point that you would be submitting to regulatory agencies. They typically want to see you get through most of the design elements. They don't necessarily need to see you get through transfer, but they want to see the outputs. They want to see how that's going to work. And they also want you to talk about where you're going to be manufacturing and what are those elements. But they don't necessarily need to see, here's the entire manufacturing process. Here's all the manufacturing procedures. You can continue work on that while your regulatory submission is undergoing approval, because the main thing that they're focused on is understanding the design choices and making sure that they address the user needs in support of the indication that you want. You may, once you have an approval, initiate a clinical trial at this point. You don't have to be in a full manufacturing mode to be building products for clinical work. You could be building products in a batch situation in a lab. As long as they meet your outputs, as long as they meet the specifications, that should be sufficient. There's going to be a lot of manufacturing process validation scale up. There might be, depending on need, additional user training that you're starting to plan or put in place, depending on the complexity of your device. You don't always need that, but you may need it depending on what it is that you're doing or the kind of user that you're dealing with. And you're also dealing with things like you're starting to think ahead around inventory, supply chain management, ensuring that once you get your regulatory clearance that you've got your reimbursement in place. So you're basically now shifting into putting in the pieces that you'll need to make sure are there once you send a product into inventory and start selling it.